Hey everyone, welcome back to Rudra's English Podcast, the podcast where we dive into simple, relatable conversations. I'm your host, Ryan, and today I've got someone really interesting with me. Emily, thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. I'm excited to be here.
So let's get right into it. I know you love traveling, and we've been talking about having you on the show to share your experiences. Tell me, what's your most recent trip?
Oh, I just got back from Lisbon, Portugal. It's such a beautiful city, so colorful, and the food was amazing.
Lisbon, huh? I've heard good things about it. What was the highlight for you?
Definitely walking through the old neighborhoods, like Alfama. The streets are so narrow, and you see laundry hanging from windows. It's just so full of life. Oh, and the pastel de nata, those little custard tarts. I had way too many.
You had me at custard tarts. Now I'm hungry. But let's talk about something everyone deals with while traveling, the struggles. Any hiccups on this trip?
Oh, absolutely. My first day there, I got lost trying to find this famous lookout point. My phone died and I couldn't figure out the bus system, so I just ended up walking aimlessly for an hour.
That sounds stressful, but also kind of fun in a weird way.
Exactly. At first, I was panicking, but then I stumbled on this tiny cafe where I had the best coffee of my life. So it worked out.
That's the magic of traveling, right? Sometimes the best experiences are the unplanned ones.
Totally. What about you, Ryan? Any memorable travel fails?
Oh, where do I start? Okay, one time in Italy, I tried renting a car, but I didn't realize it was a manual. I had to awkwardly stall my way out of the rental parking lot while people honked and yelled at me.
Oh no. Did you figure it out eventually?
Nope. I gave up and walked everywhere instead. Honestly, it turned out to be a blessing because I saw so much more on foot.
See, travel mishaps always turn into the best stories.
Speaking of stories, what's one place you've been to that completely surprised you?
I'd say Vietnam. I didn't know what to expect, but everything about it blew me away. The food, the people, even just riding a scooter through the chaos of Hanoi.
That sounds incredible. I've always wanted to visit. What's the one thing you'd recommend doing there?
Definitely do an overnight cruise in Ha Long Bay. It's surreal. You're surrounded by these giant limestone islands, and it feels like you're in another world.
That's going on my bucket list for sure. Okay, quick question. Are you more of a planner when you travel, or do you just wing it?
Oh, I'm somewhere in the middle. I like to have a rough plan, but I leave room for spontaneity. What about you?
I'm more of a wing it guy. I feel like over-planning stresses me out.
Fair enough. But let me guess. You've missed a flight before, haven't you?
Guilty as charged.
I knew it.
All right, one last question before we wrap up. If you could give one piece of advice to someone planning their first big trip, what would it be?
I'd say don't try to do too much. Pick a few things you really want to experience and let the rest fall into place. What about you?
Mine's simple. Get comfortable shoes. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later.
That's actually really good advice.
All right, Emily. Thanks so much for sharing your stories today. Where can people find you if they want to follow your adventures?
Thanks, Ryan.
Listeners, don't forget to practice these sentences and use them in your daily life. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.